I went to write something down and put it on your monitor. And every sticky note, because I put the sticky notes in the interior.
How many dozen cookies you get? I just want somebody to have them for the day.
I use them. I didn't listen for lists. They usually say.
And, yeah, actually was gonna stay in, I told her don't months, selling. And, that house. Although mine's 69, but if you.
So are we?
Nobody.
Over 2 acres. You know, these
See the note, email.
Barely rolling.
two separate. But, yeah, that's my.
Nicole called me and she's like, trying to get insurance, you know? I said, I'll put it to you. You'll see it that.
And that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bad.
I lost. They looking at mass, 10-20 acres.
Thankfully, he was wearing a helmet.
We drove both sides of these, we could buy
No.
See, they're skinny and they're silver.
And that's how. That's good. I'll show you more.
30 years.
And then I didn't.
Oh, no, that's not going
At 5:30, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Anderson,
Present.
Vederfer,
Present.
Dubey,
Present.
Holstein,
Present.
Yaris,
Present.
Ravish present, Kuchar excused.
Hey, well, I guess he's not here, so it doesn't say vice president comments, so, other than I hope he's enjoying his motorcycle ride. Any deletions or changes to the agenda?
Move to approve the agenda as printed.
Motion with support. All those in favor?
Aye.
Roll call on this one?
No.
Oh, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Community comments on the agenda. Anybody? Consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, make a motion to approve the consent agenda and pay bills totaling $761,177.64.
Or any discussion? Roll call.
Vederfer,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Yaris,
Yes.
Ravish, yes, Dubey,
Yes.
6-0.
A. Communication. Walter.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. I would like to start with personnel update. School is finished, so now we're heavy into hiring and fulfilling some of those positions that we have open. We had 2 custodians resign last week. Sometimes when you go from night shift to everybody's at day shift, working in the morning, they do other things. So we did have 2 of those resign. Interviews for teachers are underway. Dr. Brown will give an update on that with the administrative notes. And then AP/AD position, we will have some discussion on that probably as well during the board committee because we had a committee meeting. But just to give you a quick preview of that, we were looking at creating 2 AP positions. 9 through 12 AP, and a 6 through 12 athletic director, and then a middle school assistant principal and safety coordinator, where the safety coordinator would be in charge of going to the county meetings, the school resource officer, AED, emergency teams, our threat assessment teams, grant projects. So there's a lot that would go into that position, and I think our community would really love having someone that is kind of focused on all of the things that are safety within our district. So there may be more discussion from our board committee later on in the meeting. Any questions about personnel? That was all I have for personnel. I will move on to facility update. Our soccer field, Mr. Doobie had said that earlier that it looks better. The reason it looks better, when you cut the weeds and everything, it looks more like grass than the tall weeds sticking out. But there are still quite a few weeds within that grass. I talked to True Green last week. I called them myself because our Sova company that was doing it was telling me that they were, trying to get a hold of them to get out and spray it. So I just called them myself. And it was great talking to him. He said that they have multiple applications that they're going to be doing over the next few months, that they will be spraying for weeds. They will also be fertilizing it multiple times. And what he said was that he is sure that that will be a great field to play on in the spring, which we were shooting for the fall. I still have some hope that it may be ready by the fall, depending how it looks, and make sure we wouldn't, like I said, we wouldn't go on it until it's ready, but if it is ready, even halfway through the season in the fall, I would still like to do that. The scoreboard is in our warehouse. That is ready to be put up. We need to get a local contractor to do that. We didn't want to pay the company from California to come out and put it up. When he told me, he said, no, you have somebody local put it up. You put holes in and you screw it on. It's not much to it. But we'll also have to have electrical ran and some other things. So that's in our warehouse. And then we were ordering our goals and backstops. I think this week, I think I may have just approved those purchase orders today. Softball tournament during Cheesetown weekend. You may see a lot of cars and ball games going on at our fields. The Cheesetown Festival has a youth ball tournament, and they do use our fields. I contacted those in charge and wanted to make sure that they had the proper paperwork filled out for using our facility and insurance forms for the teams that are playing here. When they have tournaments, all those teams have insurance, and I just said I would like to have those on our grounds just to make sure that we have them, so if something happens, we know that everybody's covered. Playground equipment at Linwood and Central. The Linwood is pretty much done. They may have some odds and ends. And then Central, we are still waiting for the delivery, and we're also waiting for our local farmer that does the tiling, because we're going to look at that first before we put everything out, as we discussed earlier in the year. Is that correct, Chris? Anything else to that? Okay. And then the safety gates and doors will be going in after July 1st. So those were just kind of on the clock watching them, watching for that to go up. And that Koyak is ready to pave our areas by the warehouse. If you drove past the front, you would see that they had it all cut out nice and smooth, so they're ready to go. I expect to see that very soon as well. I did. That's the facilities. Anything else? Any questions?
One thing is on the soccer field.
Yep.
Did we ever get bids or like dugouts?
No, we didn't do that yet because I'm still considering the portable or the movable ones that like you see, even like the professionals, they have those covers. Those are around 5,000 each, where we know the dugouts will be, I don't even want to say it's in the tens of thousands, closer to 50,000. So we're going to look at both. I know that's something that we'll look at. We can play with a bench. We've done it for the last 30 years over there. But that is one of the things. We still need, we're looking at the perimeter fence, the dugouts, and the press box would be the things that we would still need. And we're looking at those things. Anything else for facilities? I did a survey at the last week of school for parents, for staff, and for students. And all the questions were very similar. There might be a few semantics or changes because the question asked the student, had to be worded a little differently than a parent and student, but it was the same type of question. And I did that because I wanted to compare some of the answers that we get from students, parents, and staff on the same topic. Some of the things that I asked were about bullying, communication, student support, student progress. Then I also asked what I would like, or what they would like to see changed, and what makes you proud to be part of the Pinconning schools. And just to give you a few of the things, addressing concerns. So the question was, how do you feel about your concerns being addressed? And there was a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being not satisfied, and 5 was completely satisfied. And what I did was I took the percents of the 4s and 5s. So for this one, addressing concerns, parents had 57% were the 4 and 5, staff was 55%, and students were 36%. Aware of resources. Do they know what we have offered here in our school? 60% of parents had the 4 and 5, 80% of staff, and 49% of students. Important information or communication. Parents were at 60% for the 4 and 5, staff at 55, students were at 30. So that's a big discrepancy from parents to students and staff to students. It's close to half that felt that they were at that 4 and 5 level. Now, I've been working with students for 27 years, and I know sometimes you put it right in front of them and they still don't see it or hear it. That happens occasionally, but what it does also mean is we may need to get that information out other ways. Instead of just the announcements, maybe it has to be announcements and email or something else, because we want them to feel comfortable with the communication and the things that they should know. Student supports, that's emotional and academic, 67 for parents, 60 for staff, and 38 for students. Safe environment, 60 and 60 both for parents and staff, 33 for students. And I like this question, was have you seen, or for a student was have you been bullied? For the staff was have you seen bullying in your classroom? And for the parents were has your son or daughter been bullied? And I also put a definition of what that meant in there. It means it's a one-sided type thing where there's an imbalance of power. It's not a two-way argument back and forth, because a lot of people think that's bullying when I'm being called a name, but I'm also calling you a name back. That's not really bullying. Parents and staff were 60%. Oh no, sorry, 37% for parents, 60% for staff, and 33% for students. So only 33% of our students were thinking that was something that they seen, and that was a yes or no. That was not the scale of 1 to 5. And some of the things that they wanted changed, parents had the most comments for things to be changed. Communication was at the top. Class size, skyward updated more. We do hear that occasionally, that their grades are not updated enough or as much as they should be. And then electives at the high school. And in all three, for students, parents, and staff, the proud things, it talked about so many teachers. Like, it wasn't like one teacher or one staff member just totally, overwhelmed the whole thing. It was almost every teacher that there were some things of proud points of why they like these teachers. So it was pretty cool. I'll send you the links if you wanted to browse through it and see some of the cool things from that survey. Any questions on that?
How many people?
It was students were I'm probably gonna guess I shouldn't. The parents were large. It was close to 100, I think in the 90s. Staff was the lowest. I think we only had like 25 staff, and students were in the 80s, I think.
By invitation?
It was emailed to everybody. Yep, it was emailed. And I did do a what did I do with the parents? It was on Facebook that we talked about it as well, that it was available. So
High school students only?
no, all students, K-12. Now the problem is elementary don't use their email as much. They do have it, but not many. We were single digits for elementary kids. So in the future, I might do a paper pencil for them, or something like that, just to get more of their ideas as well. But I don't want to leave them out. Anything else, Jeff? And community advisory council meeting. We had our guest speaker here at the last meeting talking about our student health program that could be moving in across the road. They will be having a meeting on June 20th at 1 o'clock right here in our library, and that's an open meeting for the public to talk about concerns they may have or to get more information on what that is all about. The last thing I wanted was I wanted to just give you some information about our YouTube episodes, monthly episodes that we do. We heard that communication is a big concern with parents, students, and staff. And this is one thing that we've been doing probably the last 3 or 4 months. And I'm not going to show you the whole thing. They're normally probably about 10 minutes long. This June was 7 minutes and 42 seconds. But I like to highlight students, staff that are doing something, programs. Instead of the weekly update, it's a monthly update so parents kind of have an idea of what's coming up. And do some cool things to show our students. So I'll show you a few snippets. This is... I asked the question of 3 kindergartners and 3 fifth graders, and I just said, kind of like the survey thing, what did you like, what was your favorite part of the school year? And I'll just play it. It's quick. I don't know if it'll be loud enough, but you can hopefully, oh no. So his favorite part was the Memorial Day concert.
My name is Everest, and my teacher's name is Mr. Briggs.
Great. What was your favorite part of the year?
Going to the zoo.
What did you see there?
Penguins, monkeys, seals.
Okay, so tell me your name and your teacher.
My name is Samara Woollaki, and my teacher's Nishu.
Right, what was your favorite part of the year? It's hard to hear. Her favorite part of the year is how Miss Guzala makes everybody feel great being at Linwood and the teachers. So, and then the last part, there's other stuff in the middle, but I just wanted to show you the end was highlights for the year, just a bunch of pictures. And I thought it would, wow, Marcy's not good. I know, you warned me. Come on. Great. Olivia, what was your favorite thing that you did this year?
Making new friends that came from a different school.
Those with students. All right, here we go. And this is K through 12, some of the things throughout the year. All students that are on our social media, if it's this or Instagram or whatever, they all have to have the consent. Occasionally you'll see like a picture was caught at one of the concerts because the student standing maybe next to them, their parent filled out that not be on social media. But all students that you see, and you can make out their faces, would not be on here if they had that on. So we make sure everybody's protected. So what I wanted to show was if someone wanted to see our YouTube episode, you can right on our main page, click here to find your YouTube channel and the YouTube streaming. You can find our board meetings, and you can also find our June, May, and you go through and you can find all of them where we have different things for the parents to see. So I can get this mouse to work. Shut it off. And then that's it for me. Thank you.
Report from the administrative staff. Dr. Ron, I guess you're first, you're listed.
All right, so we have to report on our extended COVID-19 learning plan. The best thing is we've been able to stay in school all year. Hopefully that never, ever begins again. But since this was a plan implemented then, it's going to continue to go through, hopefully forever. We'll just continue in person and we can forget it happened. But the whole year we were in-person learning. We did have obviously a virtual option for kids who maybe needed that, suspensions, all those things. It still is there. Teachers are still prepared with Google Classroom and all those things, just in case something were to happen again. We're much better equipped now to make that happen. Plans are in place, especially at secondary level, just maybe again at routine, making sure kids have that learning no matter where they are. We also spent a lot of time K-12 this year on intentional curriculum procedures. We've updated all of our curriculum guides, K-12, every department at secondary level. Learning targets, getting those tied right in those curriculum guides, and then more classroom supports. Again, we're paraprofessionals, trying to mitigate classroom sizes, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later with personnel things. Just making sure all those things are in place moving forward, so our kiddos are set up for success no matter whether they're here or at home. And our teachers are also much more equipped with all the things we have for that. So that's our ECL reconfirmation. Also have our benchmark goal reporting that I report on 3 times a year. For K-5, we do a beginning of year, middle of year, and end of year with fast bridge in our illuminate procedure. They're tested in reading with their ELA and then their math. Both of these are independently and then with teacher support. All of those scores went up for elementary, and that was really, really nice to see. I'm digging in right now for that data just to see what the growth was, not necessarily just that target area, but I'm more interested in the growth that we're making, even though the numbers look nice. It's kind of nice to see where we're at in those procedures. So that was really nice to see. Secondary level, we've been making some headway in our curriculum and really digging in science. Took all of last year to get some new curriculum, so we're seeing that through this year. Their numbers pretty much stayed the same, went up a little bit, same thing with social studies. Math at the ELA was a little bit different. They did go down some, but then looking on the flip side of that, we have a lot of kids enrolled in our 21F class this year. So these are college courses, they're online, and so for their final exam, they're not tested on what we're doing for in our illuminate procedures. That's for that class alone. So their data, which is our top achievers, isn't included in that. On top of that, we had a lot more kids enrolled in AP classes this year, which was awesome. Of those scores July 5th. But those also, again, with the AP courses, they take those exams, not what is tested by our teachers in our illuminate procedures. And those are also, again, those top achieving kids. So those numbers kind of fluctuate in there. But other than that, numbers are looking good. Teachers are doing a really, really great job at digging in that intentional curriculum piece. Other than that, I gave backpacks for every kid K through 8th grade this year to go home for the summer. We decided that summer school, kind of figuring out those processes and procedures and what's best for our kids. High school kids are still doing that credit recovery to make sure they're getting those credits for graduation. But every K through 8th grade student received a backpack this year to go home. And those had materials that would continue their learning for this school year and would also prepare them for that next school year to get them ready just to see what they're seeing. My favorite part of that was every parent also received a pamphlet in there with detailed information how they can work with their kiddo. And there was a really thick book in there for every kid to paste them for activities to do every day. Which was super neat to keep them going. I know, and I've had some feedback on random parents that I've never heard of saying this is awesome, has something for my kids to do, has something for me to do with them as well. And that right there was enough for me to spend that money. On top of that, our 8th graders also received kind of getting ready for high school information in there, which I think for them is super necessary. Even though they're immersing the environment, just like our 5th graders coming into 6th grade, it's really important that we prepare them for that. So that was just kind of a nice piece of that puzzle. Personnel, Mr. Sanford and I have been working this past week with another one of our very seasoned elementary teachers and hiring new teachers. We did receive, we interviewed 4 candidates and 3 of them confirmed to want to work here in Pinconning, which is super excited. They come with a wealth of knowledge. Hearing things about our district from other people outside in the Bay City area has been really, really nice and refreshing. I work very closely with our PASD constituents, and they are just raving about what our teachers are doing here. So I'm really excited to get those teachers here and get those class sizes down a little bit for our teachers and help our kiddos out. Working with the secondary principals on hiring some of our teachers for here. We have a lot of candidates, and then we're working also on our assistant principal and athletic director. So that's what I have.
How many kids do we have in credit recovery this summer?
I don't know that number off the top of my head.
I'm looking at it right now. I want to say it's around, for the summer school session, first session, I think it's around like a little bit less than 10, like 8, 9, something like that. Not sure for session 2.
Anything else? Kyle, John, Dalton?
Just trying to prep the schedule for the following year as much as possible. So whoever does walk in, I have as much, done as possible. So, golf stream will still come out for the rest of the month. So we're nearing 22 sponsors and 18 teams. We've raised about close to $1,800 worth in donations for prizes. So spread the word. $300 a team. So obviously hoping for good weather that day. So.
Yeah, we're working on the handbook. Andy, Dalton, and myself met on Friday. Go over some handbook changes, so we will have that ready for you. I believe it's the 26th is our next board meeting, so that'll be ready for the first viewing. So excited to kind of get that rolling forward. Graduation ceremony went good. Beautiful day. We did a new thing this year where the seniors voted on a teacher that they wanted to be the keynote. Mr. Norgan was selected. He did a wonderful job, and I'm really happy how that went. I think that's a great tradition that I think we'll keep going with. Yeah, we talked about summer school a little bit. It's up and running. And Kevin's always done an amazing job with summer school. Always good with the contacts, so excited to kind of have that rolling forward too.
If the senior class draws a blank, we did bring Norgan back.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah, that was good.
I'd like to take a second to feed off Sarah. She's talking about interviews of the teachers to bring down class sizes. As a group, we had many discussions, and one of the things that we have is one-time ESSER money. And so we've decided to designate some of that ESSER money to those classrooms to be able to draw down those class sizes. But it won't continue. I mean, we're limited on how long the money lasts and how long we'll be able to maintain it. But one of the neat things is that we also know we have several retirements coming up. So in doing so, we'll be able to kind of replace those teachers with these new teachers that she's bringing in. And so we'll have somebody in place when it comes time that older teachers retire out, and we'll be hopefully set without somebody who's already been in a district and knows what they're doing.
Did we get applicants for all open positions? We're still hunting special.
I think we do.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have them for everyone. Yeah, special
Yeah,
ed's
that's what I
kind of
would do.
thin, but we have some internal candidates that are thinking about doing that as well. So far we're covered with good seasoned candidates. So I'm really pleased this time of year that we have that.
Yeah, I met one at a graduation party, and I tried to do a spot. Dalton. I mean, he hasn't started yet. Yeah. So he's watching.
Yeah.
Okay, board committees.
Yeah, Personnel Committee met. If you look at the notes there, where it says the purpose of meeting, the one meant, that was the first item that we talked about, the elementary positions. And Dr. Brown pretty much talked about them and kept us updated on what's going on. The two means, that's the second area that we talked about. Some of the differences that we were talking about with the assistant principal is we could make an assistant principal AD, combine it together. We could have a teacher part-time, AD part-time. And we kind of went through the different scenarios and we kind of decided, I hope, the middle school assistant principal / safety coordinator would be one position. And then high school assistant principal AD would be another position, depending on our candidates. And that's kind of as far as we went. And I think interviews are supposed to be next week. Probably 2 weeks for the high school, middle school.
There's a cost for that recommendation.
Right. Because we're going from one administrator to two, basically, we're adding an administrator.
Budget means that we talk about getting money to do that, right?
But we were assured that someone could find the money and charge for those positions.
We did. We also discussed some possible other options within the district to create savings to pick up some of that. And obviously, we're still reviewing it. But we think that we have some possible options.
But for years, our middle school's kind of been
Right.
missing a little bit, and I think we need to serve those kids with another administrator.
Right.
No, that's right. We're not gonna vote on anything on that.
Mark it back. Okay, moving on, non-consent agenda. Digital display,
I'll make a motion to approve the bid for the Wall of Fame and install a digital display in the high school lobby that costs not to exceed $14,245. And I don't know if Mr. Walchuk wants to talk about all paying for that.
It's all grant funded. There may be some money on the side that we have to do for plaque parts or hook up or something, but that would be very minimal. But the Northern Bay and our Saginaw Chippewa tribe have given us grants over the past year to make this happen, so that empty shell that's out there will be replaced and we'll have a nice display with all of our past graduates, and
Looks like upgraded too from what it was before.
it will be really, really neat. Yeah, there could be commercials on it. We can have videos of, whatever we want. It's going to be great. But yeah, it will not be much of a cost.
Did the village want a plaque? I wondered about that.
Well, I think with it being a digital display, I had just planned on flashing, having a commercial for both of them, on there. So at no charge, where we may, if we want, we could charge people for those things. That's all they pay for a lot of them, but we got grants, so.
Support.
Washington support,
Mhm.
roll call,
Yaris,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Bedifer,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Ravish, yes, Dubé,
yes.
6-0 pass.
ECOL reconfirmation,
I'll move to reconfirm the ECOL delivery of instruction for 23-24. Support.
motion support. Any discussion? Just a roll call. Roll call,
Yaris,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Bedifer,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Ravish, yes, Dubé,
yes.
6-0 pass.
Is there any public comments on that? And see before the motion, it says probably should be off.
Something we hope to never use again.
Anybody have comments?
Anybody have any comment for the board on that?
Before we had,
I think it's nice to offer.
that's the first time. We could rewind. Public comments. Mark's not here, so I'm gonna cut it down to a minute and a half.
Hello, Plan Howard. Just wanted to re-invite those of you who are here today. We are having a parent gathering, kind of like a round table type discussion thing, in Pinconning Township Hall on Thursday at 6 o'clock, from 6 to 7:30. It kind of is just an opportunity for parents to have a way to discuss certain things. The last meeting we had last month actually went really well. We had 2 board members present. We were able to share a lot of things from a parent's perspective. We had a couple of students speak as well. And I know we have like the parent committee at the high school, middle school level, but this is obviously for all parents in the district. So this would run from K through 12, just gives parents an opportunity to talk about some things. We provided some resources for them, some things that maybe they don't know as far as chain of command. I know a few of the things that we brought up to the board members that were there was some of the communication topics, and I love that some of the things that we had questioned and had concerns on. I see there's progress being made. First, I hear talk about the handbook, and I see the YouTube is linked to the website now. So we do appreciate that, you know, we are being heard. So, it was our first meeting last time, so it was a little rusty, you know, a little, but we'll get things out. But I just think it's a good way for parents to feel that they have a voice, other than here, sometimes people feel intimidated to come forward, and this is just kind of a good way for us to kind of chit chat about some things and bring that to support for you.
Anybody else? Any other comment? Discussion items.
I just want to bring up that at graduation last week, the spectator stands for the visitors. I thought they looked terrible. We need to kind of do some looking at those.
Visitor side.
The visitor
Oh,
side of the.
got it.
The visitor side.
Okay.
Do most just sit on the side? The home
No, the visitors still go to the other side.
I do a lot of schools when I coaching.
They have both, yeah.
Just
on
on
the same side.
one side.
I thought that's what we were gonna do here.
And they had, you know, the concessions and everything there.
I thought that's what we were gonna do after we put in the new bleachers, is have everybody on this side.
Look into that.
In your free time.
Yeah, got it.
Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none.
Move to adjourn.
Motion support, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're out.